Thanksgiving's warmth turned cold when Vesper, just 8, scrubbed floors alone, abandoned by family. Renric Caldwell, 68, retired carpenter, faces a bitter truth beneath the pie's sweet scent. Forgiveness can heal their rift, but secrets lurk. Can love mend broken bonds? Watch our emotional family story unfold. The Vermont farmhouse groans under the November chill, its weathered beams bathed in the glow of a single kitchen bulb. Pumpkin pie cools on the counter, its cinnamon scent mingling with the crisp air seeping through cracked windows. I, Renric Caldwell, shuffle in my boots, heavy on the worn oak floor. At 68, my joints ache, but it's my heart that stumbles tonight. The table set for tomorrow's Thanksgiving sits empty, mismatched plates gleaming like ghosts of better days. I freeze. Vesper, my 8-year-old granddaughter, kneels on the floor, scrubbing with a rag, her small hands red from cold water. Her braid swings, catching the light, but her eyes stay down, lost in some silent burden. Where's Torin, her father? Where's Callista, his real granddaughter, as he calls her? They're gone out in the frosty night, leaving Vesper behind, like a forgotten chore. Vesper, sweetheart. I say, my voice gravelly, why are you cleaning alone? I touch her shoulder. Let's leave this, kiddo. Want to help me with the pie tomorrow? Her eyes flicker with hope, then dim. Sure, Grandpa. But she doesn't move, rag still clutched tight. I stand, heart pounding. I need to talk to her. Really talk, not let this generational gap, my failure to keep up, swallow us. Vesper's alone, and I'm her grandpa. I gotta step up for her, for the family we've still got. Why's she alone? The question burns as I glance at the empty table. The pie's scent now bittersweet. This Thanksgiving's supposed to bring us together, but something's tearing us apart. I won't let it. Renric, you old fool, figure this out. I reflect, staring at Vesper's bent head. The distance between us, me, Torin, the girls, it's more than years or tech. It's love we're not showing, and I'm starting with her right now. The Vermont farmhouse hums with Thanksgiving prep, its kitchen alive with the clatter of pots and the sweet tang of maple syrup drizzling over cornbread batter. I, Renric Caldwell, stand at the counter, my calloused hands kneading dough, the familiar rhythm grounding me. Sunlight streams through frosted windows, painting the worn oak table in gold, but the warmth feels hollow. Vesper chops carrots nearby, her small knife steady, but her eyes distant, still carrying last night's weight. Torin bursts in, Callista, trailing, her cheeks flushed from the cold. Got the pecans for your pie, Callista, he says, tossing a bag on the counter, his phone buzzing in his hand. He doesn't glance at Vesper, who pauses, knife hovering. Callista beams, oblivious, chattering about her favorite dessert. I watch my gut twisting. Torin's favoritism stings like I'm not enough to bridge this family's gaps. Not modern enough for his world of screens and haste. Vesper's helping with the pie, too, I say, voice low, testing him. Torin shrugs eyes on his phone. Good. Keeps her busy. His tone's curt, dismissive, and Vesper's shoulders slump, barely noticeable. Callista skips to the pantry, humming, while I fight the urge to snap at Torin. He's my son-in-law, but he's pulling us apart, and I'm too old, too slow to keep up. Am I failing them? I wonder, my hands stilling. This house, these walls, I built them for family, but they're cracking. My daughter's absence haunts me, and now Vesper's fading too under Torin's neglect. I'm her grandpa, her protector, but I feel sidelined, like my efforts don't matter. I spot an old family photo on the shelf, faded, showing my daughter Vesper and me smiling years ago. It's a symbol of what we've lost, what I'm desperate to hold on to. I pick it up, dust clinging to the frame. Vesper, remember this, I ask, holding it out. She nods, eyes softening. When Mom was here, she whispers, voice cracking. Torin glances over, frowning. Old stuff. We're making new memories, right, Callista? He ruffles her hair, and she giggles, but Vesper turns back to her carrots, silent. The generational gap yawns wide, Torin's new world versus my old one, and Vesper's caught in the middle. "Need help, Vesper?" I ask. Stepping closer, my caregiving instinct kicking in. She shakes her head, but her quiet worries me. She's hurting, and I'm not sure how to reach her, not with Torin's shadow looming. I focus inward, breathing deep, telling myself to stay calm, not push too hard. Family bonds are fragile, but they're all we've got. I'll keep trying for Vesper for the legacy I want to leave a family whole again. What's Torin hiding? I wonder, eyeing his phone, his quick dismissal of Vesper. Something's off, and I'm not letting it slide. This Thanksgiving, I'll fight for us, starting with the truth. Renric, keep going, I reflect, setting the photo down. My legacy's not just this house. It's the love I show even when it feels like it's not enough. The Vermont farmhouse glows under the late afternoon sun, its kitchen steaming with the scent of roasting turkey. I Renric Caldwell adjust the oak table, its mismatched plates gleaming ready for Thanksgiving dinner. Crisp air sneaks through the open window, chilling my hands, but the real cold is the tension brewing. Vesper sets napkins, her movements careful, while Callista chatters to Torin, who's glued to his phone, thumbs flying. The generational gap feels like a chasm, and I'm teetering on the edge. "Vesper's been a big help," I say, my voice steady, hoping to draw Torin's eyes to her. He grunts, not looking up. "Great." Callista grabbed the cranberry sauce. Callista darts off giggling while Vesper's hands falter, napkin crumpling. My jaw tightens. Torin's dismissal of Vesper, his focus on Callista, it's tearing at her, at us. I'm her grandpa, meant to protect her, but I'm failing against his indifference. "Torin," I say, sharper now, "Vesper deserves some attention too." He glances up, eyes narrowing. "She's fine, Renric. Don't make a fuss." His tone's clipped like I'm an old fool meddling. Callista returns, sauce in hand, oblivious to the storm. Vesper's face stays blank, but her eyes glisten, and I can't take it anymore. "She ain't fine," I snap, voice rising. "You left her scrubbing alone last night while you took Callista out. What's that about?" Torin sets his phone down hard. "I'm doing my best." "Okay, Callista needed stuff for her pie. Vesper didn't want to come?" His excuse rings hollow, and Vesper's gaze drops her silence louder than words. "That's no reason to ignore her," I press, heart pounding. "She's your daughter too." Stepdaughter Torin corrects, voice cold. "Don't tell me how to parent Renric." The word cuts like Vesper's, not family, not mine to defend. Callista freezes, eyes wide, and Vesper slips from the table. Her footsteps soft, a silent exit that screams hurt. The room feels smaller, the air heavier. I'm losing them, I think, my chest tight. This table, this house, it's supposed to hold us together, but we're breaking. My own failures, years of distance from my daughter, echo in Vesper's pain. I'm not tech-savvy, like Torin can't keep up with his world, but I know family, and this ain't it. I fumble with my old phone, trying to text Torin later, but the screen confuses me, buttons too small. Dang it, I mutter, frustration spiking. Another gap, another wall between us. Honesty's the only way through. I need to talk to Torin, not fight to reach him for Vesper's sake. I breathe deep, steadying myself, knowing dialogue's my tool, not anger. Will Torin listen? I wonder, staring at Vesper's empty chair. Something's gotta give, or this Thanksgiving will break us for good. Renric, step up, I reflect, gripping the table. My role ain't just grandpa, it's the glue for this family, and I'll fight for it no matter how hard. The Vermont farmhouse settles into night, its creaky walls hushed under a blanket of stars. I, Renric Caldwell, sit in the dim glow of Thanksgiving candles, their flickering light dancing on the kitchen table. The air's thick with the scent of wax and cooling pie, but my mind's heavy replaying Vesper's silent exit and Torin's cold words. The generational gap yawns wider, and I'm desperate to bridge it. Vesper's upstairs, supposedly asleep, while Torin and Callista are out again, their absence a gnawing ache. I shuffle to the sink where Vesper's rag lies abandoned and spot her small jacket slung over a chair. Something crinkles as I lift it, a folded paper tucked in the pocket. My hands, rough from years of carpentry, tremble as I unfold it. It's a letter, Vesper's childish scrawl on worn, tear-stained paper, addressed to no one. My heart stumbles as I read Mom's gone. She left me. Dad doesn't want me. I'm nobody's real kid. Shock hits like a hammer. My daughter Vesper's mom gone. Not just distant, but vanished, leaving Vesper to carry this alone. The words burn each one. A knife. Torin's favoritism, his stepdaughter jab, it makes sickening sense now. Vesper's been hiding this, scrubbing floors, staying quiet to shield her pain. Maybe to shield me. Will Callista open up, I wonder, glancing at the starry sky, its vastness a reminder of how small our hurts are, yet how deep. This talk's a start, but there's more to uncover. Renric, forgive and listen. I reflect, watching Callista's tense shoulders. Forgiveness isn't just for Vesper, it's for Callista, for all of us to heal this broken family. Late-night cloaks. The Vermont farmhouse, its living room warmed by a crackling fire. Snow falls softly outside, blanketing the fields in quiet white. I, Renric Caldwell, sit in my old armchair, the leather creaking under my weight, Vesper's letter, and Callista's confession swirling in my mind. The oak table set for tomorrow's Thanksgiving looms in the next room, a silent challenge. Vesper and Callista sleep upstairs, their hurts exposed, but Torin's still a wall, his promise to talk untested. The generational gap, my failure to connect, haunts me. I stare into the flames, and a flashback pulls me back 30 years. My daughter Vesper's mom stands in this room, 16, her eyes blazing. "You're never here, Dad," she'd shouted, slamming the door as she left for good. I was too busy with carpentry building this house, ignoring her heart. Her absence now, Vesper's pain, Callista's insecurity, they're my legacy, a chain of neglect I forged. Regret chokes me, sharp and cold. How'd I let it come to this, I think, hands gripping the chair. Vesper's hiding pain, Callista's chasing love, and I'm the root. The insight stings. I've mirrored Torin's distance, sidelining those I love, too caught in my own world to see theirs. My caregiving stress surges, a heavy load. Vesper's future, Callista's trust. They're on me, and I'm scared I'll fail again. I rise, pacing the fire's glow flickering on the walls. Honesty is my only path, admitting my mistakes to myself first. I pull Vesper's letter from my pocket, its words a mirror to my daughter's anger years ago. "I'm nobody," Vesper wrote, echoing her mom's unheard cries. "I've got to break this cycle for them, for the family I still have." "Renric, you old fool," I mutter, voice low. "Face it." Self-focus steadies me, forcing me to reflect on my role. I can't change the past, but I can own it. Start fresh with Vesper, Callista, even Torin. The snow outside falls thicker, a Vermont veil urging me to act before it's too late. I pause by the window, watching flakes dance. My legacy isn't this house. It's the love I give now, the bridges I build across this gap. I vow to protect Vesper and Callista, to ease their emotional burdens no matter the cost. Can I fix my mistakes? I wonder, the fire's crackle fading. Tomorrow's Thanksgiving, a chance to mend, but the past looms large, and I'm not sure I'm strong enough. Renric, own your legacy. I reflect the snow's quiet fall, a call to action. I've failed before, but I'll fight for them now, for a family whole again. Thanksgiving morning bathes the Vermont farmhouse in golden light. The kitchen warm with the scent of fresh pumpkin pie sliced on the oak table. Renric Caldwell, sit alone in my study, a small room cluttered with carpentry tools and memories. The house hums with distant clatter. Vesper and Callista setting plates. Torin's voice muffled. Vesper's letter. Callista's insecurity and my own past failures weigh heavy. The generational gap, a chasm I've helped carve. At 68, my hands are steady, but my heart quakes knowing today's make or break. I open my old journal, its pages yellowed, and start writing the pen, scratching like truth unearthed. I failed my daughter. I scrawl the words, a confession. A flashback grips me, her teenage years, me working late, dismissing her pleas for time. You don't care, she'd said leaving, and I let her go too stubborn to chase. The twist lands hard, my neglect drove her away, seeding Vesper's abandonment, Callista's insecurity, Torin's distance. I'm the root of this family rift, my unacknowledged sacrifice, years of labor for this house, blinding me to their hearts. Guilt floods me, a tide I can't outrun. I built walls, not bridges, I think my chest tight. Vesper's pain, Callista's fear. It's my doing, echoing through generations. My caregiving stress peaks. I've vowed to protect them, but how when I'm the fault, resolve hardens. I must own this, forgive myself to move forward. Renric, you gotta face it, I mutter, closing the journal. The letter reveal my own words burns a mirror to Vesper's hidden pain. Dialogue's my next step, confessing to Torin maybe the girls to heal this rift. I stand journal in hand, heart pounding, ready to speak truth. Vesper peeks in her braid swinging. Grandpa Pie's ready. You coming? Her voice is soft, hopeful, a reminder of why I fight. Be right there, kiddo, I say smiling, but my grip tightens on the journal. Got something to talk about later, okay? She nods, unaware of the weight I carry, and scampers off. I step to the kitchen where pumpkin pie sits, its warmth, a faint promise. Callista laughs, smearing whipped cream, while Torin watches quieter than usual. My resolve strengthens, I'll confess, not to shame, but to mend, to show them love can outlast mistakes. Will I confess, I wonder, setting the journal by my plate, its truth a ticking clock. This Thanksgiving's our chance, but my past looms, and I'm not sure they'll forgive. Renric, be accountable. I reflect watching Vesper's shy smile. My legacy's not my failures. It's the truth I own now, the love I give, starting today. The Vermont farmhouse glows with Thanksgiving warmth, the oak table laden with turkey cranberry sauce and pumpkin pie. I, Renric Caldwell, sit at its head, my journal heavy in my pocket. Its confession, my neglect of my daughter, burning. Vesper's to my left, her braid, neat eyes wary. Callista's to my right, fidgeting. Torin across his phone, absent for once. The generational gap, a chasm of hurt, hums beneath the clink of forks. At 68, I'm weary, but tonight's for truth, for Vesper, Callista, and the family we might save. Pass the gravy, Torin says, voice light, but his eyes avoid Vesper. She passes it silent, her earlier tears a ghost between us. Callista chatters about pie, but the tension's thick, a storm brewing. I clear my throat, heart pounding. Torin, we need to talk. About Vesper. My voice is steady, cutting through the chatter. Vesper stiffens. Callista quiets, and Torin's jaw tightens. Now he asks, Fork pausing. It's dinner, Renric. Now I say firm. She's hurting. You've been favoring Callista, leaving Vesper behind. I found her letter, her mom's gone, and she thinks you don't want her. The truth lands like a stone, and Vesper's eyes drop, hands twisting her napkin. Torin's face reddens. That's not fair. I'm doing my best raising 2 kids alone. His defense is sharp, but I see a flicker of guilt, a crack in his wall. Your best ain't enough. I press, voice rising. And it's not just you. I failed her mom, pushed her away years ago. That's why she's gone. Why Vesper's carrying this pain. I'm to blame too. My confession hangs raw, the air still. Callista's eyes widen, Vesper's glisten, and Torin freezes, a silent scene unfolding. The pause stretches heavy. Then Torin exhales, shoulders slumping. I didn't know it was that bad, he says, voice low. Vesper, I'm sorry. I've been stressed, focused on Callista, 'cause she's easier. But you're my kid too. I love you. His apology, soft, sincere, shifts the room a bridge across our gap. Vesper nods, tears spilling, and I reach for her hand, my caregiving stress easing. We gotta do better, I say, including myself. Talk, listen, be here. Dialogue's our salve, knitting us back together. Torin meets my eyes, nodding. You're right. I've been distant. Let's fix this. The communal toast follows glasses raised, a Vermont tradition, sealing our vow. Will we heal? I wonder the table's warmth real now. Truth's out, but love's work remains. Renric hold them close. I reflect Vesper's hand in mine. Reconciliation's fragile, but it's ours, built on truth. The Vermont farmhouse glows in the afterglow of Thanksgiving dinner, its kitchen radiant with candlelight and laughter. The oak table, cluttered with empty plates and pumpkin pie crumbs, hums with a warmth I, Renric Caldwell, haven't felt in years. Maple syrup glistens on dessert plates, its sweetness mirroring the hope in my chest. Vesper sits close, her braid loose, smiling shyly. Callista giggles, whipped cream on her nose. Torin leans back, relaxed, his phone forgotten. At 68, my heart's full, the generational gap narrowing with every shared glance. I stand pulling an old Polaroid camera from the shelf, its lens dusty but eager. Let's take a new picture, I say, voice warm. All of us together. The symbolic object, an updated family photo, feels like a vow, a new chapter after Vesper's letter, Callista's fears, and my own confessed failures. Vesper claps, eyes bright. Can I hold it? Grandpa. She bounds over, and I hand her the camera, her small hands steady. Callista joins, tugging Torin's arm. Come on, Dad, she chirps, and he laughs, a sound I've missed. We huddle by the table, Vesper snapping the shot. The flash pops, freezing us, me grizzled but grinning, Vesper radiant, Callista playful, Torin softer present. The photo slides out, developing slowly, a promise of unity. I hug Vesper, then Callista, their warmth easing my caregiving stress. Torin joins his arm around both girls, and I feel the rift we've mended, not with words alone, but with love. Pie time, Callista declares, scooping more maple syrup, dripping. Vesper giggles, mimicking her, and Torin passes me a slice, his nod a silent thank you. Our signature moment comes as I raise my glass, the communal toast still fresh in my mind. To family, I say, voice thick. To being here, really here. Glasses clink, a chorus of agreement, sealing our reconciliation. We're healing. I think joy swelling. Vesper's not alone. Callista's secure, Torin's trying. The generational gap, once a chasm, is now a bridge built on dialogue, truth, and time. My failures pushing my daughter away fade against this moment, this family I've fought for. Grandpa, look. Vesper holds up the photo, now clear, our smiles vivid. I pin it beside the old one, the faded image of my daughter watching over us. Family bonds restored are my legacy, not the house, but the love we share now. Share your family story. I say to the air, a call to anyone listening. My voice steady. Talk, love, mend, it's never too late. The words carry my hope, a beacon for others. This is enough, I reflect, watching Vesper and Callista laugh, Torin's hand on my shoulder. Hope's a fire, and we've kindled it together for good. The Vermont farmhouse glows after Thanksgiving dinner, candlelight dancing. Maple syrup drips on pie plates, sweet as the hope I, Renric Caldwell, feel. Vesper's braid swings her smile shy, Callista giggles cream on her nose. Torrin's relaxed phone forgotten. At 68, my heart's full, the generational gap closing. I grab a Polaroid camera, dusty but ready. New picture altogether, I say, voice warm. The photo, our updated family, seals our mended rift after Vesper's letter, Callista's fears my failures. Vesper claps. Can I take it, Grandpa? I hand it over, and Callista tugs Torrin. Come on, Dad! He laughs, joining us by the table. Vesper snaps the shot flash, freezing our smiles. The photo develops a promise of unity. I hug Vesper Callista, then Torrin, easing my caregiving stress. More pie. Callista cheers, syrup dripping. Vesper mimics her giggling. Torrin passes me a slice, nodding thanks. I raise my glass. To family, to being here, I say, voice thick. Glasses clink our toast, sealing reconciliation. We're healing, I think, joy rising. The gap's a bridge now built on truth. I pin the photo beside the old one, my daughter's faded smile watching. Family bonds are my legacy, not this house. As our glasses clink in a Vermont toast, hope fills my heart. Forgiveness healed us, Vesper's pain, Callista's fears, my guilt through honest dialogue, proving compassion mends family bonds. Like caregivers, we all seek connection. Love heals all. Share your story. She flinches rag, pausing. It's okay, Grandpa. I'm fine. Her whisper's too soft, like she's hiding a wound. I kneel beside her, my knees protesting. You don't gotta do this! Where's your dad? Her lips tremble, but she shakes her head. They went to the store. For Callista's pie stuff, I didn't want to go. I don't buy it. Torrin's been distant, glued to his phone, favoring Callista since my daughter Vesper's mom left years ago. But leaving Vesper to scrub my chest tightens, shock, rooting me to the spot. This ain't right. I want to march out, find Torrin, demand answers, but Vesper's quiet strength stops me. She's protecting something, maybe me. How'd we get here? I think my mind heavy. This house used to echo with laughter, my daughter's Vespers. Now it's just creaks and silence. I'm a retired carpenter, built this place with my hands, but I can't fix this family. Not yet. Vesper's pain mirrors my own feeling, sidelined, like I'm not enough for Torrin's modern world, his texts and apps I can't navigate. Vesper. I whisper, voice cracking, climbing the stairs. Her door's ajar, and I find her curled on her bed, clutching a stuffed bear, eyes wide in the dark. She sees the letter in my hand and freezes, breath hitching. Grandpa, I didn't mean for you to see, she stammers, sitting up. It's nothing. It ain't nothing, I say, kneeling beside her, my voice soft but firm. Why didn't you tell me about your mom? Her lip quivers. I didn't want you to be sad. You're always sad about Mom. Her honesty cuts, and I realize she's been protecting me, carrying this weight to spare my heart. The twist stuns Vesper, so young, hiding such a truth to keep me whole. How'd I miss this? I think my chest tight. I built this house for family, but I let Vesper slip through the cracks just like her mom. The generational gap, Torrin's dismissal, my failure to connect, it's left Vesper alone, and I'm to blame too. We gotta talk about this, kiddo, I say, touching her hand. No more hiding. Truth's the only way, even if it hurts. Positive justice. I know comes from facing what's real, and I'll start with her. She nods, eyes glistening. Okay, Grandpa, but don't tell Dad. He'll be mad. I pause, torn. Torrin needs to know, but Vesper's trust is fragile. Dialogue's my path, but it's gotta be gentle for her sake. Why'd she hide this letter? I wonder, folding it carefully, the candle's glow fading downstairs. This secret's just the start, and I'm not letting it bury us. Renric, find the truth. I reflect, looking at Vesper's small face. Truth heals, and I'll chase it for her, for us, no matter what it costs. Morning light spills over Vermont's frosty fields, glinting off the farmhouse's iced windows. I, Renric Caldwell, stand in the kitchen, the air sharp with coffee and the faint tang of last night's candles. The oak table still bare mocks my hope for a unified Thanksgiving. Vesper's letter tucked in my pocket burns like a coal her mother's absence, her pain hidden to spare me. I'm 68, too old for this weight, but too stubborn to let it crush us. The generational gap Torrens neglect, it's a wall I can't hammer down. Vesper shuffles in, eyes puffy, avoiding mine. "Morning, Grandpa," she mumbles, grabbing a muffin. Her voice is small, like she's bracing for a storm. "Morning, kiddo," I say soft. "We need to talk about that letter." I keep my tone gentle, but doubt gnaws. Can I reach her? Or is she slipping further? She freezes crumbs falling. "I told you it's nothing. Please don't tell Dad." Her plea's desperate, and I hesitate. Torrens' dismissal yesterday, his stepdaughter jab, replays, fueling my suspicion. Is he pushing Vesper away on purpose? Torren enters, phone in hand, Callista trailing. "Vesper, you're up early," he says, barely glancing at her. "Callista, help with the table." His focus on Callista stings, and Vesper shrinks, retreating to the counter. "Torren." "A word," I say, voice low, stepping closer. "Vesper's hurting. You see that, don't you?" He sighs, eyes flicking to his phone. "She's fine, Renric. Kids are dramatic." His brush-off ignites my frustration, but Vesper's watching, so I hold back. He's not seeing her. I think doubt deepening. Or is he choosing not to? A flashback hits my daughter Vesper's mom years ago, storming out, saying I never listened. I was too busy building this house, not her heart. Now Vesper's fading the same way, and I'm failing again. I try again. "Torren, she needs you. More than Callista right now. My caregiving stress surges, Vesper's emotional health is on me, and I'm scared I'm not enough." "Renric, back off!" Torren snaps louder. "I know my kids." Callista looks up confused while Vesper slips to the doorway, silent. His defensiveness hides something, but what? "I can't let this go." I resolve, gripping the counter. Resilience is all I've got, keep pushing for Vesper. I focus inward, steadying my breath, knowing I can't force Torren yet. Dialogue's coming, but not now. What's Vesper hiding, I wonder, watching her shadow vanish? Her letter's just the start, and I'm not stopping till I know. "Renric, hold on," I reflect, staring at the frosty fields. These family rifts, they're deep, but I'll keep digging for her, for us. Midday sun warms the Vermont farmhouse, its kitchen alive with the rich aroma of roasting turkey. I, Renric Caldwell, stir gravy at the stove, my hands steady despite the storm in my chest. The oak table, half set for Thanksgiving, gleams under slanted light, but Vesper's letter, her mother's absence, her pain weights my pocket like a stone. Callista hums, arranging forks, while Vesper lingers near the pantry, quiet, her eyes avoiding mine. The generational gap, Torren's neglect, feels like a knot I can't untie. Torren steps in, phone in hand, his face softer than this morning. "Renric, I'll talk about Vesper later." "Okay," he says, voice low, almost earnest. "After dinner, just us." I pause, spoon dripping. "You mean that my tone's cautious hope flickering?" His nod feels like a crack in the wall between us, a chance to reach Vesper. "Mean it," he says, pocketing his phone. "Callista, Vesper, let's finish the table." Vesper glances up, hesitant, but joins Callista, their hands brushing as they set plates. It's small, but it's something, a moment of unity. Can I trust him? I wonder, stirring again. Torren's been all talk before, lost in his screen. My hopes fragile, tempered by doubt. I'm 68, worn from years of carpentry, but Vesper's pain keeps me fighting. Compassion drives me to understand Torren's stress, not just his faults. I pull out my old flip phone, determined to text Torren, a reminder for our talk. The buttons mock me tiny and stubborn. I fumble, muttering "dang thing" as I misdial. A sharp ping from Torren's phone across the room jolts me, my failed message somehow sent. He chuckles, glancing at his screen. Renric, you're hopeless with that relic. Callista giggles, and even Vesper cracks a smile, her first today. The sound, light and fleeting, lifts me. Laugh all you want, I grumble, grinning. This phone's tougher than your fancy one. The moment's a bridge brief but real across our divide. Need help, Grandpa Vesper asks, stepping closer, her voice shy. I shake my head, but her offer warms me. My caregiving stress eases. She's still here, still reaching out. Let's talk tonight, Torin, I say, locking eyes with him. For Vesper, dialogue's my hope, my tool to mend this family. He nods again, and I want to believe him. Will Torin follow through? I wonder the turkey's aroma wrapping us in false warmth. His promise hangs thin, and I'm not sure it'll hold. Renric, keep the faith. I reflect, watching Vesper's smile fade. Connection's a spark, and I'll fan it for her, for us, no matter how faint. The Vermont farmhouse dims as evening falls, its kitchen bathed in the soft flicker of a single lamp. Cranberry sauce simmers on the stove, its tart scent weaving through the air, but the warmth can't touch the chill in my bones. I, Renric Caldwell, sit at the oak table. Vesper's letter heavy in my pocket, her mother's absence, a wound she's carried alone. The generational gap, Torin's neglect, has left her adrift, and I'm failing to anchor her. Callista's upstairs with Torin, their laughter faint, while Vesper's nowhere in sight. I find her in the living room, curled on the couch, face buried in a pillow. Her shoulders shake, silent sobs muffled a scene that stops my heart. The pain of abandonment, her mother gone. Torin's favoritism radiates from her small frame, mirroring every senior's fear of being forgotten. I kneel beside her, my knees creaking, and touch her back gently. Vesper, sweetheart, I whisper, voice thick. Talk to me. She lifts her head, eyes, red tears streaking her cheeks. I'm nobody, Grandpa, she chokes out. Mom left Dad loves Callista more, and I didn't tell you because I didn't want you to hurt too. The twist hits hard. She's been hiding her pain, her loneliness to protect me, sacrificing her own heart for mine. The shock of her selflessness so young nearly breaks me. Nobody. You're everything, I say, pulling her into my arms. Her sobs grow louder, raw, as she clings to me, and I hold her tight, empathy flooding me. You don't gotta protect me, kiddo. I'm here for you always. My words are a vow, a dialogue to comfort, to heal the wound of feeling abandoned. She hiccups, voice small. But you're sad about Mom, too. I saw you looking at her picture. I didn't want to make it worse. She's been watching me carrying my pain, too. I think my throat tight. How'd I let her feel so alone? The generational gap, Torin's distance, my own failures has isolated her, and my caregiving stress surges. I'm her grandpa, her shield, but I've let her down just like I did her mom years ago. You're not alone, Vesper, I murmur, stroking her hair. We'll face this together. Okay? No more hiding. Compassion is my guide, healing her hurt with love, not judgment. She nods, tears slowing, but the weight of her sacrifice lingers a silent scar. I glance at the simmering cranberry sauce, its warmth a faint promise of tomorrow's feast, but my focus is Vesper. I vow to protect her, to ease her emotional burden, even if it means confronting Torin head-on. Can I mend her pain? I wonder, holding her close, the silence heavy with her trust. This Thanksgiving's our chance to heal, but it's fragile, and I'm not sure I'm strong enough. Renric be her rock. I reflect, feeling Vesper's heartbeat against mine. Her sacrifice, her love. It's a light in this darkness, and I'll guard it no matter what. Night wraps the Vermont farmhouse, its windows framing a starry sky that glitters like scattered diamonds. I, Renric Caldwell, stand by the oak table, now set for Thanksgiving, its plates gleaming under a chandelier's soft glow. The air carries the faint sweetness of cooling pies, but my heart's heavy with Vesper's tears, her sacrifice to shield me. Torin's upstairs Callista with him, while Vesper rests her pain a raw wound. The generational gap feels like a fault line, and I'm searching for cracks to mend. Callista slips downstairs, her footsteps light, eyes darting as she adjusts a napkin. She's 10, all energy, but tonight there's a hesitance, a shadow I've missed. I've been so focused on Vesper I haven't seen Callista's own struggle. The twist dawns her clinging to Torin, her chatter. It's not malice but insecurity, a need for approval driving her to overshadow Vesper. "Callista," I say, voice gentle, sitting at the table. "You okay, kid?" She shrugs, fingers twisting the napkin. "Yeah, Grandpa, just helping." Her voice wavers, and I catch a glimpse of fear like she's bracing to be pushed aside. A flashback hits last summer Callista, at a family picnic left out, when Vesper and her cousins played Torin, too busy to notice. She'd sat alone picking at grass, her smile forced. I'd thought her fine, but now I see it, she's been fighting to be seen just like Vesper caught in the same generational rift that sidelines me. "You don't gotta prove anything I say," leaning forward. "You're enough, just you." Her eyes meet mine wide, then drop. "Dad's always busy. If I'm not special, he won't care." Her confession raw and small sparks empathy. She's not the favored child by choice, she's chasing Torin's love, afraid of losing it. The clarity shifts my anger to understanding. She's hurting too. I think my chest tight. I blamed her, but she's just a kid like Vesper lost in this mess. My caregiving stress doubles. I'm responsible for both girls, and I've been blind to Callista's pain, too focused on Vesper's. "Let's talk you and me," I say, patting the chair beside me. "Tell me what's going on." Dialogue's my bridge away to forgive her unintended role in Vesper's neglect. She hesitates, then sits her guard, lowering. "Do you think Dad loves Vesper?" she asks, voice barely audible. The question stings, but it's honest, a step toward truth. "He does," I say, soft. "But he's got to show it better. We all do. I include myself, knowing my own failures fuel this divide."